Hello, students, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Julie, and tonight in this lesson, we're going to be working on asking questions, but with one word at a time. So tonight in this lesson, we're going to be looking at how to ask questions with who. Okay? So there are a variety of ways to ask questions with the little word who. In this lesson, I am going to give you many examples so that you will be able to use this word to ask questions correctly and with confidence. Let's look at different ways to ask questions with this little word. We will start with who plus to be in the present tense. First of all, you have to remember the present tense form of the verb to be, and then we just switch it around to create the question form. So to be in the present tense, you already know. I hope you didn't forget. I am, and the question form is am I. You are, switch it around to get your question form. Are you? He is, question form, is he? She is, question form, is she? It is it? We are we? They are they? Okay, so let's look at some sample sentences, some sample question sentences. Who am I to judge you? Who are you concerned about? Who is he supposed to talk to? Who is she expected to meet at the event? Who is it for? Who are we inspired by? Who are they scared of? We do the same thing with the verb to be in the past tense. Just remember the past tense form of the verb to be, and then switch it around to create the question form. So to be in the past tense, you already know. I was, question form, turn it around, was I. You were, question form, turn it around, were you. He was he. She was she. It was it. We were we. They were they. That's pretty easy. Okay, some sample sentences in the past tense using who to form questions. Who was I to judge you? Who were you concerned about? Who was he supposed to talk to? Who was she expected to meet at the event? Who was it for? Who were we inspired by? Who were they scared of? Now we're going to ask questions with who in the present progressive tense. Just remember to use the present tense form of the verb to be and add ing to the verb. So easy. So the present progressive tense is I am talking. The question form, switch it around. Am I talking? You are waiting. Are you waiting? Question form. He is trying. Is he trying? She is smiling. Is she smiling? It is benefiting. Is it benefiting? We are bothering. Are we bothering? They are playing. Are they playing? So easy. Okay, so we'll start our sample sentences. Who am I talking to? Who are you waiting for? Who is he trying to impress? Who is she smiling at? Who is it benefiting in our company? Who are we bothering during the movie? Who are they playing with? So easy, okay? Now we're going to look at asking questions with who in the past progressive tense. Just remember to use the past tense form of the verb to be and add ing to the verb. Past progressive is I was talking. Turn it around, switch it around. Was I talking? You were waiting. Were you waiting? He was trying. Was he trying? She was smiling. Was she smiling? It was benefiting. Was it benefiting? We were bothering. Were we bothering? They were playing. Were they playing? Sample sentences in the past progressive tense. Who was I talking to? Who were you waiting for? Who was he trying to impress? Who was she smiling at? Who was it benefiting in our company? Who were we bothering during the movie? Who were they playing with? Pretty easy. Now we're going to be asking questions with who in the future using will, but don't forget to use the simple form of the verb. When using will, we always use the simple form of the verb. So future with will, I will, question form, switch it around, will I? You will you? He will he? She will she? It will it? We will we? They will they? Sample sentences with will and who. Who will I sit with on the bus? You see, simple form of the verb. Always with will, always. 100% of the time, so you can never make an error. Who will you send it to? Who will he decide to promote? Who will she give it to? Who will it appeal to? Who will we start with? Who will they recommend for this position? I don't know. It'll be a surprise for sure. Now we're going to be asking questions with who in the future using be going to. And don't forget to use the simple form of the verb. So with will and be going to, we use the simple form of the verb. Future, be going to. I am going to, and the question form, switch it around. Am I going to? You are going to. Are you going to? He, she, it is going to. Is he, she, it going to? We are going to. Are we going to? They are going to. Are they going to? Future also. Will and be going to are two future tenses that we can use interchangeably. Who am I going to sit with on the bus? You see, simple form of the verb after be going to, simple form. Always, 100% of the time, you can never make the error. Who are you going to send it to? Who is he going to decide to promote? Who is she going to give it to? Who is it going to appeal to? Who are we going to start with? Who are they going to recommend for this position? Now we're going to be asking questions with who in the simple present tense using do or does. Don't forget to use the simple form of the verb. Always, 100% of the time. You can never make a mistake because it's always the same. Learn it once and then just keep applying it, the same thing over and over. So the simple present tense with do or does and the question form. I do. Do I? You do. Do you? He, she, it does. Does he, she, it? Do we do? And question form, do we? They do, question form, do they? Sample sentences with question form using who. Who do I need to speak to about this? Who do you ski with on the weekends? Who does he play hockey with? Who does she spend her free time with? Who does it belong to? Who do we deliver this package to? Who do they blame for this? So you see, each of these questions, we're always using the simple form of the verb. Need, ski, play, spend, belong, deliver, blame. Always the same thing. Just learn it once and keep repeating it. Now we're going to be asking questions with who in the past tense using did. Don't forget to use the simple form of the verb. Past tense with did and the question form. I did, switch it around, did I? You did you? He, she, it did he, she, it in the question form? We did we? They did they? Let's look at some sample sentences in the past tense. Who did I need to speak to about this? Who did you ski with on the weekends? Who did he play hockey with? Who did she spend her free time with? Who did it belong to? Who did we deliver that package to? Who did they blame for this? Now we're going to be asking questions with who and can. Don't forget to use the simple form of the verb. Every time we use can or the negative can't, we use the simple form of the verb. It's so easy. You learn it one time and just keep doing the same thing over and over again. You can't make any mistakes. I can, question form, turn it around, can I? You can you? He, she, it can he, she, it, question form. We can we? They can they? Easy. Okay, practice sentences, sample sentences. Who can I speak to about this? Who can you trust with this information? Who can he stay with in Toronto? Who can she ask for help? Who can it belong to? Who can we contact for assistance? Who can they rely on? You see, the simple form of the verb, speak, trust, stay, ask, belong, contact, rely. Simple form when using can. Now we're going to be asking questions with who and could. Don't forget to use the simple form of the verb. Could and the question form. I could, switch it around to form the question, could I? You could you? He, she, it could he, she, it? We could we? They could they? Let's look at some sample sentences. Who could I speak to about this? Who could you trust with this information? Who could he stay with in Toronto? Who could she ask for help? Who could it belong to? Who could we contact for assistance? Who could they rely on? Right? Always the simple form of the verb. Speak, trust, stay, ask, belong, contact, rely. You learn it once and you just keep repeating the same thing. It'll never change. You learn it once in English and you just keep repeating the same rule. Asking questions with who and would. Don't forget to use the simple form of the verb. So would and the question form. I would I? You would you? He, she, it would he, she, it? We would we? They would they? Sample sentences in the question form with would and who. Who would I be without you in my life? Who would you like to work with on this project? Who would he stay with in Toronto? Who would she vote for? Who would it impress? Who would we collaborate with? Who would they go with to the game? So let's look at your verb that follows would. Be, like, stay, vote, impress, collaborate, go. All in the simple form. So easy. Learn it once and keep repeating. Now we're going to be asking questions with who and should. And don't forget to use the simple form of the verb. Should and in the question form. I should I? You should you? He, she, it should he, she, it. We should we? They should they? So we will look at some sample sentences using should and who, asking questions. Who should I donate these old clothes to? Who should you address the letter to? Who should he tell about this? Who should she send her manuscript to? Who should it be delegated to? Who should we invite to our pool party? Who should they eliminate from the competition? So let's look at the verb form using should. Donate, address, tell, send, be, invite, eliminate. All in the simple form when using should. So easy. Learn it once and keep repeating. So that's it. That's all we have for this lesson. Asking questions with... Something was wrong with my computer. Asking questions with who. So if that lesson helped you, you can put a like on the video. It'll help the channel grow. You can leave a comment down below. You can ask a question, or you can just say, hello, Julie, and that'll be fine with me. If you guys need to improve your English quickly, you can get yourselves a copy of, and I didn't prepare the book for the video, that was bad. You can get yourself a copy of Basic English. This is the 4th edition. How do we know it's the 4th edition? Because it's written right here at the top, Premium 4th edition. I used to tell you always to get the 3rd edition, but now the 4th edition is out. So you can get a copy of that. This is a very complete workbook with that is full of exercises. And the answer key is at the back to support you while you are learning. It is published and distributed everywhere in the world by McGraw-Hill. You can find it online, and especially you can find it on Amazon, of course. If you guys are having difficulty with your verb tenses, and everybody tells me, every call I get for English classes, every student says to me, I have trouble with my verb tenses. I don't know why. It's so easy. So you can get yourselves a copy of English verb tenses, also available everywhere and on Amazon. This is a great workbook that will help you not just perfect, but master your English verb tenses. So you start on the first page, you complete every single page right through to the end of the book. The answer key is at the back to support you while you are learning. Okay, so that's everything I have to say for tonight. I am going to get started working on your next lesson for you guys. I already know what it's going to be. It's going to be another question, how to ask questions using another word. So I'm going to prepare that, get that ready, and I'll hopefully put it up for you guys for tomorrow night. Until then, have a pleasant evening, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Good night for now.